Hey guys, what's up? It's Camray and this is Camray Music TV and I'm back with another video. This is your Insecure review for the week, season 3, episode number 6. Ready like? Already on episode number 6. So without further ado, let's get into this review. We come back on the scene where we left off with Issa seeing Lawrence in 7-Eleven. It's still awkward, still shock of seeing your ex, and she asks how he's been doing. So we get like a little flashback, a little quick recap of Lawrence's dealings in the past, since they've last seen each other. Lawrence is flourishing at work, but Lawrence is also messing with hella girls so much that he's contracted an STD, and he don't even know how many girls he slept with. He's calling all the girls to make sure they know throughout the episode. And the shock of catching something and you don't even know how and stuff, that just lets you know that he's not wrapping it up. But we kind of see that Lawrence ain't really got it all figured out. But on the outside, it seems like it because he's flourishing career-wise. We see that Issa is feeling real motivated about something. She looks like she's down in the county office and talking to some feisty Latina lady, and she's talking about throwing a block party, some kind of musical, some type of thing to get all the talents out, and she's feeling really inspired and feeling like she wants to go on this like entrepreneurial journey. And I was like, okay, Issa, this could work. We see Nathan walk up and we see that he's being very supportive of her dream and her goals, and he's telling her one step at a time, and he gives her a kiss on the cheek. And at this point in the episode, I felt like maybe Nathan's good for her. Maybe this is gonna be okay. Maybe, all the craziness is over and somehow this rambunctious bunch has created a great recipe and the gumbo is good and we are good to go until the very end of the episode. But I still had an inkling, a notion, something deep down in my soul that is saying Nathan is up to something. It's something going on with Nathan. Molly is at work moving her appointments around and looking really stressed about stuff because she's trying to get ahead. And we don't really get to see what's happening there yet this episode, but I still think that she's biting off more than she can chew, all because she's trying to compete. Where it's not even, you don't need to do that. Just like her therapist said, get in there and try to help first, but before you try to help yourself. Help others before you help yourself. And sometimes it's hard to do when you're used to being the spotlight and now you got to play the background for a little bit. So Lyft calls, or corporate for Lyft, calls Issa and says that there's an open investigation on an incident that occurred in her Lyft. And they left a message. So this is in the message, and this is all while Issa's cleaning up dog crap off of the concrete, from the neighbor who act like he don't have a dog, but the dog is barking the whole time. But yeah, so this is when my eyebrow, I don't know how to do it, but my eyebrow starts to go up like May on Greenleaf. Okay, I'm starting to get this feeling that, just like I had before, that Nathan either got warrants, Nathan got a wife, because they've all had wives, okay? Nathan got a wife, Nathan got a girlfriend, Nathan got kids. Nathan is something with Nathan. He's probably Prison Bae. He's probably like written to look like Prison Bae, and might really be Prison Bae. But something going on with Nathan, okay? So she immediately texts him like, hey, there's an open investigation. Have they called you? What's good? Hit me up. So at this point, they haven't seen each other in a day or whatever. This must be normal. She don't think nothing of it. So the Asian guy, remember the guy that, one guy tapped out on Molly and was like, he ain't trying to deal with her and her drunken stoop and her drunken slump. And the Asian friend stepped in, and I think his name was Adrian. I don't want to call him the Asian friend. Adrian stepped in, and he found her coat, or he saved her coat, and he's looking interested in her. He brings her the coat, and Molly's so preoccupied with work that she can't even really see what's happening here until he kind of grabs on her and he's like, hey, let's go out sometime. And this starts the conversation on another social issue, interracial dating. Molly obviously wants to end up with a black man because she believes in black love. She's very pro-black. But then, her girls are telling her later on that you're being ignorant and closed-minded if you just decide you're not going to date this dude only because he's Asian. So obviously in our community we run into this a lot because there is all of this what is the word? There's a lot of talk about how light skin is better and mixed is better and good hair and you look better because you're light skin and dark skin is wrong and dark skin is bad. Like all of these things. So we try to stay within our own community because that feels right and that feels better. But it's kind of, like Molly was trying to make the point about Jews, but then still at the same time, we are so used to being oppressed that we don't realize that we kind of cast that onto others when we close it off in a box. So interracial dating, I do believe it's okay. I believe you love who you love, and I believe it's okay. But I also still believe that there's power. There's power in black love, just like there's power in an Asian man with a black woman. There's power in diversity, and there's power in knowing where you come from. There's power in all type of couples, but black love is it just seems to be like a cliche thing. Like black love just seems to be something that we just treasure. So you can tell Molly is a little apprehensive, but she does end up going ahead and doing it later on. Kelly is keeping us rolling, because she messed with him. She messed with old dude. She banging it out with a friend. But this is when Issa calls Nathan her man. And so she kind of makes it known that she's ready to be loved again. And so it's like, we're proud of Issa on one hand, but on the other hand, I'm upset with Issa because I'm like, don't just open yourself up because there's another guy available. Open yourself up and be ready and be honest and be mature about making the next step in life because you're ready whether you have a guy or not. I don't know if we understand that. Don't just make yourself available because there's someone to make yourself available to. Does it make sense? I know somebody will understand. We find out that Chad never got married because, when I was seeing these flashbacks or when I was seeing these scenes with the strippers, I didn't really understand what was going on because my friend was here and I was tweeting at the same time. But I didn't really understand what was going on. But then I realized that he didn't get married because he ended up messing with the strippers the night before the wedding. Now, who couldn't have seen that coming with Chad? He was really not that serious about getting married in the first place. He was just like, she's a nice girl, she'll do type of thing. And now we see that he's missing her. California king bed all to himself and, she doing her thing. And then the whole time in their conversation, he making it seem like he wasn't the one that cheated. So we miss Chad. I'm glad Chad is back. Lawrence, I don't know. I don't know about Lawrence. How do y'all feel about Lawrence being back, Daniel being gone, and Nathan missing in action? So this episode was centered around Tiffany's baby shower. It's all leading up to the baby shower. That's why the three girls were together the night before. They're doing the diaper cake. They're saying that they should get there early so that they can help their friends set up for the baby shower. Now, before, I remember Crystal on Insecurity was saying, as the friends, they should be more godmom, auntie ready. They didn't offer to throw this shower, and that's what we find out during this episode. They walk into the shower, and they see that everything's already set up. People are already there, and they're kind of taken back, just like I would be. We're your crew. We thought we were the only friends that you had, but here comes all these perky friends that we don't even really know who are pregnant just like her, and they're the crazy crew. The crazy crew has set up, and Issa and Molly look a little taken back, wait, well, we're your friends. And of course, the new friends are annoying because they're just perky and excited and happy for no reason, but they're kind of just like Tiffany. And so when Kelly gets there, she's offended because she didn't spend all this time on these cupcakes for her best friend's baby shower. She wasn't involved in the setup crew, in the party committee. So she's feeling slighted already. She's losing her friend to this baby. And it's so real because we all go through this stuff. You see Kelly's feelings actually start to get hurt. And it's kind of like whose feelings wouldn't be hurt about that, though? I put all this time and effort into these cupcakes. All I want is for my cupcakes to be on this table. You call them backup cupcakes, and Kelly is good for trying to set someone straight. I mean, she looked like she was going to snap on the poor girl. So This scene was just really real for me. We see that they brought it on back inside, when Tiffany came out to them and was trying to figure out why Kelly was trying to storm off. She said, none of you have put together a baby shower for me. Can we be honest about that? I waited and waited and waited and expected you guys to do something. And this is the same thing as like a birthday party. You want your friends to come together and do something on your behalf. So you wait. And if you wait too long, your birthday passes by or it comes up and nothing has been done for you. So you kind of have to take that stuff into your own hands. Either way, the point is that Tiffany waited on her friends to set something up. They weren't doing it. So she went with some people that she knew could do it. Now, it's so funny because she knew that it would have been, halfway and at the last minute, but it would have been from her friends. And she didn't voice that concern. Now, honestly, is she wrong for not voicing it? Is she right for not voicing it and just moving on to make sure that she had a successful event, a successful shower? I don't really know. I think that with me, just like when I had my birthday party last year, it was like supposed to be like this costume party where everybody showed up, like a red carpet thing, and everybody showed up as whoever they wanted to be. And I remember feeling annoyed because it was like people weren't treating it like a birthday party. They were treating it like, just a party to show off who they dressed up as. But it was my own fault because I didn't push it as a birthday party. I pushed it as come in your outfit, come, ready to have everybody guessing who you are. So to kind of make people feel special and kind of took away from the fact that it was about me. So I kind of learned that the hard way. So, we all know Tiffany is super vain. So just to see her in her maternity shots dressed as Cardi, dressed as Serena, dressed as Beyonce, and then just her goddess picture, I was looking at it like, this is so ridiculous, but I actually want to do it for myself. Should I ever have children? Y'all know I'm over the top. If you don't know, now you know. That was just the cutest thing to me. Her Cardi look and her Beyonce look, Serena. Okay, I'm gonna move on because I can see your face. Issa is bothered because Nathan still ain't been answering her phone calls, still trying to figure out what's going on with Nathan. Now, I'm gonna tell you what's been going on with Nathan. Nathan is scheming. And I can't quite put my finger on it, but Nathan is up to something, and I've been saying it from jump. She don't even know this dude. Just like she was laying up in the bed with him. See, I skipped that part. I don't know how I did that. But they were laying up in the bed earlier, and Nathan asked Issa, how do you know when it's real? And she goes off into her own little banter about the restaurant or whatever, but she figures out that he's talking about them two. How do you know when it's real? He's being all cute and sweet, and I was just like, We already knows the deal, okay? And if you don't know, use this situation as a learning lesson. I don't know what Nathan's up to, but I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and hope that maybe he's just sick. Because it's only been a day and a half. But even when you're sick, you can roll over and throw up in a bag and text back. So I don't know what's going on with Nathan. But you can put your predictions down in the comment box below, because see, something going on with Nathan I'm trying to tell y'all. So let's go back to the baby shower. Lauren sees Issa standing to herself texting, and he goes over and talks to her. This conversation's going well, a little too well. Lots of chemistry going on. Finding out how each other are doing, telling him about this block party she's trying to put on, talking about connections and working together. So it's not awkward at all. And Issa has the nerve to say that she thinks she's over Lawrence. Now, does she think she's over Lawrence because she has Nathan to fall on? I don't know. But I hope, when you say that you're over someone, it's if you were standing out here all by yourself, you wouldn't long for one or the other. It's just you, and you're fine with that. Is that what's going on, Issa? I need to know. So we see Dro, and Dro's still not cute at all. But he's not talking to Molly. Ego bruised. He's a huge jerk to her. And when Molly finally gets up enough nerve to go talk to him, and he was a jerk to her. And I was just like, Dro, you got some nerve. When you're the one who was scheming, because I still don't think your wife know. And when his wife walked in later on, I was like, Whitney. I can't even look at her as Candace no more. She looks like Whitney to me from the Bobby Brown story. Not looks like. That's all she gives me now. But anyway, she walks in, and we find out later that Candace is pregnant. And I'm still feeling like Candace don't know. Because even when she talks to Molly, we have not once ever seen a conversation where she says, hey, Molly, let me talk to you for a minute. So listen, hey, I'm pregnant now. I understand you and my husband been doing what you're doing, but I'm going to need him a little more often. Or, hey, I want you to know me and you, we're still cool even though I know what's going on. We haven't had that type of conversation, so I know she doesn't know. And because this show is so greatly written, it doesn't sound right to me, but because it's written so great and so seamless, I do not want to believe that they just skipped over that they didn't write that important conversation in. I feel like it's strategically written this way and something is going on. So in this moment, this is when Molly finally texts Adrian and says that she'll take him up on the date, and we see that in the next couple episodes she actually does it. So we find out that Kelly leaves the baby shower early while Issa and Molly are doing the dishes in the kitchen, and Tiffany comes in there, and that's when Tiffany lets us know that Candace is pregnant. Now, I couldn't quite read the chemistry. I know that Tiffany was upset about Kelly leaving, and obviously Kelly's feelings were hurt. But did Tiffany then decide, like, this is not about Kelly? Because, sometimes you have those things where, your friend goes off and throws like a tantrum, and you're like, right now this is about me and mine and my new family, so I'm not even going to worry about that right now. This is us, and I'll hash that out later. But I also feel like Kelly's feelings are hurt. She's not just throwing a tantrum. Her feelings are hurt because she feels like she's losing her best friend to a child. And Tiffany purposely picked mothers to plan the baby shower because her best friend didn't know much about it. So, of course, your feelings are going to be hurt. Now, in the end of the episode, we see that Nathan, the lady calls back from Lyft Corporate, and she lets Issa know that the investigation's closed or whatever, and Nathan called. Now, when Issa finds out that Nathan called, she's a little confused. Like, what is going on? Where is this dude at? Now, please tell me what this looked at the very end of the show. I mean, she almost looked like Raven when she had a vision. It was just like, I mean, it wasn't that quite obnoxious, but she still had a look. And I was just like, what does this look mean? What does it mean? What does it mean? Does it mean that she figured out something about Nathan? Because she went back over them text messages. And did she figure something out about him? Did she feel used, like he played her? But then I don't get how he played her, because if he stayed with her only to make sure that this didn't end up getting bigger. Ooh, that's a theory. Did he stay with her and fool around with her only because he wanted to make sure that this didn't blow up into something? I don't know. That's a prediction and that's an assumption. I don't know. We gonna see. But I just, what did this look mean? This show is so good, but I just be so pissed that it's only 30 minutes. So anyway, guys, leave your comments down below on what you thought about this week's episode. Tiffany and this baby shower, the dynamic between Tiffany and Kelly. We've all had friends where, they fall off because you transition in life, or they go on with you. And they say that some friends are leaves, some friends are branches, some friends are roots. Okay, so it's a part of life. But hopefully, Kelly's upset. She's saying, Molly, you have Issa. I had Tiffany, but this baby is taking over. So, let me know if you guys have had to deal with that. And, your ex coming back, and are you guys good now? You got your closure? Is it really just this easy? Or, Chad and Lawrence and dealing with what he's dealing with. Leave your comments down below on what you thought about this week's episode of Insecure. I'm Kemaray, and this is Kemaray Music TV. Make sure you guys subscribe down below to my channel, like the video, share the video, and follow me on Instagram and Twitter at Kemaray Music TV. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye!